The movie introduces us to Sean Payton, the son of a billionaire business family. He has grown up understanding that his family name and the money behind it change how people treat him. At a charity event he has organized, a group of women show up with eyes more for his inheritance than for him as a person. His friend tries to use this to his social advantage, pointing out that Sean's status is a magnet. Sean is not particularly interested. Among the women is Candace, the daughter of a rival business family, which his father will later flag as significant. Sean slips away from the crowd and heads to the golf club his father owns. At the club, Sean's father pulls him aside and explains the Candace situation. A connection between the two families would be strategically advantageous for Payton Enterprises, and his father sees it in purely transactional terms. Sean has no interest in any of this. He does not want to join the company, does not want his life mapped out according to corporate strategy, and does not want a relationship arranged for business purposes. The conversation escalates into a real argument. His father loses patience and issues an ultimatum. Sean has exactly 1 week to find legitimate employment on his own terms. Fail to do that, and he joins the company, no questions asked. Refuse both options, and his father cuts him out of the inheritance entirely. Out in the parking lot at the same time, an activist named Allison is with a group of activists posting flyers on the cars of the guests. The flyers are about a local park. The Payton family has been given the land to build a shopping center, and Allison's group is trying to rally public opposition to stop the development. When security guards spot the activists, everyone scatters. Allison ducks behind a car just as Sean walks out from his conversation with his father. Allison assumes Sean is a driver or staff member. When the guards close in, Sean steps in and tells them he will handle it himself. Once the guards back off, Allison thanks him. She talks about the park and what the Payton family is doing to the neighborhood, not realizing she is speaking directly to the Payton heir. Sean, for his own reasons, does not correct her. He plays along and even jokes that he quits his job on the spot. Allison has no idea who he actually is. Allison takes Sean into her world. She brings him to the food truck where she works for her boss, a mobile diner that has been serving the neighborhood for years. Allison herself is not much of a cook and works mainly as a driver and general assistant, but she loves what the truck stands for. Then she takes him to the park. She walks him through it and explains what the Payton family intends to do with it. Standing there, seeing it through her eyes, Sean finds it difficult to say anything. He offers to make her lunch as some kind of repayment. He puts together cheese toast, and Allison tastes it and cannot believe how good it is. She asks him to make more so they can give it away to people nearby who could use a meal. He makes more. They hand it all out. When Allison drives Sean home afterward, he asks to be dropped off well before his actual address. He tells her he lives nearby and will walk the rest of the way. He cannot let her see where he lives. Back at his actual home, Sean runs into his friend Jareth, who is raiding the fridge after the charity event. Sean tells him about Allison and the park and the situation with his father. Jareth points out that dating someone who is actively campaigning against the Payton family is going to get complicated very quickly. Sean acknowledges this but admits he finds himself genuinely interested in her, and he still has a week before the ultimatum kicks in. The next morning, Allison arrives at the food truck to find Sean already there, working. The owner has already hired him on the spot after tasting his cooking. The truck does more business that day than it has in a long time. Sean handles everything smoothly and without any sign that he has never worked a day in his life. At the end of the shift, Allison is planning to go out and collect signatures for a petition to save the park from development. Sean volunteers to help without hesitation. While they are out collecting signatures, Candace spots Sean on the street and cannot quite understand what she is seeing. Allison notices the strange reaction but does not yet connect it to anything. That evening, Sean calls his father and tells him he has found work as a chef. He describes the food truck as a French restaurant to avoid explaining the actual situation. Meanwhile, Allison updates her friend Beth about Sean and the petition effort. Beth has her own romantic complications. She has invited 2 different men, Caden and Pascal, to a poetry night at her bookstore without telling either of them about the other. Sean tells Jareth that he and Allison are now actively collecting signatures against his own father's development project. Jareth finds this both impressive and concerning. Sean admits he likes Allison more and more, but knows he cannot keep hiding who he is. He just does not know how to tell her. At the poetry evening, Allison leaves early to study for exams. Beth ends up spending time with Caden after Pascal leaves. The next day brings an unexpected test. Sean's father shows up at the food truck completely unannounced, apparently following up on the park development from his side. Sean keeps his expression neutral and treats him like any other customer, takes his order, makes his food, sends him on his way. His father does not recognize him or does not show it. Shortly after, the truck's owner discovers that Sean has been quietly preparing extra portions to give away to people who cannot pay. The owner is not happy. This is a business, not a charity, and it costs money. Sean responds immediately by offering to have the full cost taken out of his own wages. Allison has been watching the whole exchange. She asks him to dinner that evening. That evening, Sean finally plans to tell Allison the truth about who he is. But before he can get the words out, his father interrupts them. The moment passes. Later, at a restaurant Sean has chosen for another attempt at honesty, Allison speaks first. She tells him she has been guarded because an ex-boyfriend hurt her badly, and that watching Sean help people convinced her he was someone worth trusting. Hearing this makes it impossible for Sean to follow through. He stays silent. Afterward, while playing miniature golf, they nearly kiss, but a message from Beth pulls Allison's attention back to the petition. Pascal has failed to collect any signatures, and they need hundreds more. The next morning brings good news. Caden has come through with nearly 700 signatures gathered through his own network. The petition is alive. Later, Sean helps Allison study for her exams using a memory technique he has picked up, and she is grateful and relaxed, and they almost kiss again. Sean tries once more to tell her the truth. Another message from his father stops him. When Sean returns home, he finds Candace at dinner with his family. During the conversation, he learns something important. Even if the petition succeeds, the mayor has veto power over the council decision. The signatures alone cannot stop the development. Candace pulls Sean aside privately and tells him she has no interest in being pushed into a relationship with him by their families either. She proposes a deal. She wants to help him save the park, and she thinks there is a way to do it. The next morning, Allison arrives at work to find Sean gone. She then discovers the petition has been pulled from the council hearing entirely. Furious, she and Beth go to the golf club to confront Sean's father directly. It is there that Candace, without thinking about the consequences, reveals that Sean is not a driver or staff. He is a member of the club. He is a Peyton. Sean is forced to confirm it. Allison hears it all and walks away without a word. A few days pass. Sean does something he has been working up to. He goes to his father and takes him to the park in person, not to argue, but to show him something. There is a plaque near the entrance that most people walk past without reading. The park was built by Sean's grandfather, the man who founded the Peyton family business. His father stops and reads it and says nothing for a moment. He remembers his own father bringing him to places like this when he was growing up. He remembers what that felt like. Something that has been locked down for a long time opens slightly. He apologizes to Sean, not just about the park, but about the way things have been between them. Sean tells him he will join the company, on one condition: the park does not get touched. His father agrees. The shopping center will be relocated to land that Candace's family owns instead, which is part of the deal Candace proposed. The park is saved. Sean's commission from brokering the arrangement is enough to buy the food truck outright. Jareth finds Allison and tells her what Sean did, that he joined the company specifically to save the park for her and the neighborhood. Allison goes to find him. She finds Sean in the park. He explains everything from the beginning: who he is, what the deal with Candace involved, why he kept quiet for so long, and what he has done to fix it. The shopping center will be built on Candace's family land. The park is protected, and with his commission from brokering the agreement, Sean has bought the food truck outright and intends to keep it running in the neighborhood. Allison listens to all of it. There is a beat where neither of them says anything. Then they both say what they have been circling around for weeks, and they share their first kiss in the park that almost became a parking lot.